Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode of my brand new series, MLBB Let Me Cook. Well, not really brand new, but more of a rebranding of the old Hero Reborn series that old viewers might know. But instead of only heroes, this series is where I get to cook up my ideas on how to revamp or improve not only unpopular heroes, but also the item aspect, such as reworking badly designed items and proposing new items or talents for MLBB. Why? Because I've always had a huge interest in hero balancing and game design, and I've always loved to improve the game as the part of the community. At some point, I thought of applying a job at Moonton to be a developer. It's just not the time yet. But for now, I'll be sharing my ideas here, where you, the players, can discuss, evaluate, and maybe even inspire better changes together. With that out of the way, let's dive straight into today's topic, Natalia. Before we proceed, we need to first be real about three things. 1. Moonton is not going to revert Natalia to her old self. 2. They clearly don't favor her as a roamer. 3. And just buffing her damage on creeps isn't enough to make her a viable jungler. Some people keep saying, just bring back the old Natalia, or revert the nerfs. But I hate to break it to you, that's not happening. Developers actually mentioned in MLBB Discord's Dev to Players channel that they will thoroughly revamp Natalia at a suitable time, but apparently there's still no clear direction. That's why I decided to propose one myself, so we don't end up with something completely off the mark, like removing her stealth gameplay entirely, because who knows? That can actually happen judging from some disappointing revamps we got from the past. Normally, a hero gets revamped when they perform too badly, low win rate and low use rate, or only picked by mains but not favored by most players, very low pick rate despite a decent win rate. Or a third reason would be, developers want to improve a hero's tournament viability, or they wish to change the meta. Statistically speaking, Natalia isn't doing terribly in terms of the first two reasons. Her win rate and pick rate aren't low enough for a high priority revamp. And she's also not unpopular enough to get a simplification rework to make her popular. That only leaves one way for her to possibly get reworked, which is tournament viability. The proposed idea here pushes for a revamp that makes her pro play ready, without stripping her identity as a stealth assassin. It's also a good thing for the picks in pro plays to have more varieties, because recently we are only seeing the same picks over and over again, although the game has 128 heroes. So what exactly does this revamp aim to do? 1. Remove outdated mechanics that limit her playstyle. 2. Make her a more independent assassin, one who isn't shackled to bushes for impact. 3. Bring back real stealth, not just camouflage, but true invisibility that I'm sure many players miss. Some players might think that bush play is one of her core identity, but I beg to differ. I'm pretty sure most players, especially those from higher ranks, would believe that any bush-related playstyle will only limit your potential. Rather than a unique mechanic, it feels more like a burden that affects your play because you don't get to choose where you fight most of the time. By the way, I've spent many days to create these assets, pack and animate them, in order to make this video able to help you guys visualize how her skills work. Do subscribe to the channel or leave a like to show some support. With that out of the way, let's dive into the skill demo. Passive, Assassin Instinct. Removed the dependency on bushes to make Natalia playable in high ground fights instead of being too reliant on bushes. Natalia's skills allow her to gain invisibility for 2 seconds. While invisible, she cannot be detected by target-locked attacks and skills, and gains an enhanced basic attack that deals additional damage. Natalia gains 1/3 of Hunter's Spirit each time she deals damage to an enemy with Claw Dash or Assassin Instinct's enhanced basic attack. Upon gaining full Hunter's Spirit, her Electric Web Trap is unlocked. Casting the unlocked skill starts to rapidly decay Hunter's Spirit. Natalia gains 15 to 45% crit chance until Hunter's Spirit completely runs out. First skill, Claw Dash. Natalia stores 2 charges of Claw Dash, regaining 1 charge every 6 seconds. Hitting an enemy while dashing deals physical damage and grants Assassin Instinct. Second skill, Electric Web Trap. Natalia throws an electrifying web over a targeted enemy, gaining Assassin Instinct, heavily slowing the webbed enemy by 50% for 1.5 seconds. If the enemy touches the edge of the web while attempting to escape, the web will explode and summons a trap, causing a 0.8-second stun effect. Ultimate, Smoke Bomb. Natalia dashes to a targeted direction and unleashes a smoke bomb from the origin, which will then form a circular smoke region and slowing enemies within. When Natalia is in contact with the smoke region, she gains Assassin Instinct and 1 charge of Claw Dash. The smoke continuously replenishes her invisibility state, even if she takes damage.
Nothing is true.
Now that we're done with the skill demo, let's talk about what we can expect from it. I believe, if done right, this kind of revamp could help Natalia reclaim her role as a solid jungler, especially in pro play. Offer more jungler variety in competitive drafts. Enable future skins to have cooler skill effects, since her current skills don't really allow for flashy animations. And most importantly, preserve her identity as a stealth assassin instead of watering her down like many fear. For the ultimate smoke bomb, I believe it has retained one of her core playstyle for fast hand combo in today's Natalia playstyle. In fact, this circular smoke bomb even helps her to execute her A1 combo more frequently without having to constantly hit and run to a bush to prepare for the next strike. Instead, she gets to do it during a fight. So that's it for my Natalia revamp pitch. Remember, this isn't about claiming my idea is perfect. It's about starting the conversation. What do you think about this direction? What would you tweak? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and maybe, just maybe, we'll catch the attention of the devs and help steer things the right way. If you enjoyed this and want to see more revamp ideas for underused heroes and items, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode of MLBB Let Me Cook. The next episode will be about one popular item used today, which is Rose Gold Meteor, an equipment that seems to be good, but actually failed to do its job. Until next time, keep cooking. See you again.